so that has everyone from the book.
Shalom, shalom, Israel, shalom, class, shalom.
Shalom.
Shabbat shalom to the 12 tribes of Israel. Peace and blessings to the elect of Israel scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Double honors to the ancient men and elect elders of the house of David that's been in this truth for decades and decades, patiently laboring and waiting for the second coming of our Lord Yahushua. A hearty mighty shalom to all of the mighty men of the Most High God who are out there on the highways and byways, pushing this truth week in and week out, making your body a sacrifice, and enduring all things for the elect's sake. Shalom to you brothers. Shalom to the brothers that are coming to this truth who may not be out there as of yet on the highways and byways, but they're working on it. They're getting built up in the spirit, they're praying, they're fasting, they're studying, and being diligent to make their calling and election sure. Shalom to all of the sisters out there, married and unmarried, moving in the spirit of our righteous forefathers. And shalom to the ancient men, the children, and the elect of Israel scattered abroad, and everybody tuning their lives.
Shabbat Shalom, all praises to the Most High for another Shabbat, right? Another day of edification, another day of reflecting, right? Another day getting yourself and your households in order, as we always do. Let's go to Acts chapter 18 and verse number 4.
Acts chapter 18 and verse number 4. And he reasoned in the synagogue, as he said, and persuaded the Jews and the Greeks.
Right, so this is another Sabbath service to persuade Israel, who knows that they're Israel, to continue in the law, statutes, and commandments, the faith, the brotherly love, the charity, right? All things to magnify the name of Yahweh Shai, right? And to those just finding out that they're Israel, to compel them to be in the church of Berea, to search the scriptures daily and diligently to see if the words that be spoken to you are true or not, right? Because a lot of false prophets who's going out, going to and fro, looking to seduce the sheep of Israel, man. Get them to go to the left-hand side or to the right-hand side instead of on the straight and narrow path. Right? And the only way we're able to decipher and discern which way to go is through Philippians.
Philippians chapter 4 and verse number 13. I can do all things through Mashiach, which strengthens me.
Right? Through the spirit of Yahweh Shai, we're able to cast down false doctrine, stand 10 toes down for the doctrine that we learn. Right? Not be like a wave in the sea tossed to and fro, and be fervent and have our mind and our eyes singular towards the kingdom of heaven.
That's right. All praise to the Most High for His grace and mercy. Right? We want to see another Shabbat through the spirit of the Most High. Let's get to the book of Acts chapter 17 and verse number 2. The book of Acts chapter 17 and verse number 2.
Acts chapter 17 and verse number 2. And Paul, as his manner was, went in unto them, and 3 Sabbath days reason with them out of the scriptures.
And that's what we have to do. We have to reason out of the scriptures. Go inside the parables, the prophecies, right, common knowledge, and everything to break down, right, the exhortating uplift Israel. Right. We're going right into it. Let's go to Exodus chapter 23. So we're going to counsel, judgment, and how to handle ordeals and matters when it comes to alternate Israel and when it comes to misunderstandings, and when it comes to accusations. We want to go into lawfully how to handle these matters. Being in this truth and being around brothers, you have brothers, you want to get into it with your brother, right? It's only a matter of time. It may not be in malice or wickedness, but, brothers may not always see eye to eye, right? Paul and Barnabas didn't see eye to eye. Lot and Abraham had tension, but it's how you handle these matters that has to be done biblically, right? It's inevitable that you're going to get into it, brothers, but how do you handle these matters? How do you handle reports? How do you handle accusations? We want to go through that because that's the problem amongst our people. Huh? Our people are quick to judge. Our people are biased. They don't have evidence. There's no report. People are hearsay. People are easily swayed and manipulated. So we want to lawfully go through this. Right? Let's go to Exodus 23, verse 1. Right, we're going to start Exodus 23 and we're going to move around through the spirit of power of Yahweh.
Exodus chapter 23 and verse 1. Thou shalt not raise a false report.
Read that again.
Thou shalt not raise a false report.
Right.
Put not thy hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness.
So these laws are used. It's not just dietary laws in the Bible. Don't eat pork, grow your beard up, don't get tattoos. There are laws on how to conduct judgment in your community and your society, in your congregation, in your family, right? What to do, what not to do, and the evil that may come with it. Read that again in verse 1.
Come. Thou shalt not raise a false report.
What is a false report? Here's an example. Hey, not that this happened. Here's an example. Hey, Amos, I saw you stealing $1,000, right, out of that brother's pocket. That's raising a false report, right? Go on.
Not that hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness.
And what does that mean? That means, let's say Orion said, you know what? I did see Amos take $1,000. Now he's put his hand with me, and we become wicked. I raised the false report. He became the wicked to make an accusation against Amos that there is no proof, witnesses, or evidence. It's an outright lie. Real quick, go to Sirach chapter 19 and 15. Please ask me 19 and 15.
Sirach chapter 19 and verse 15.
And this happens in Israel, huh? Yeah, you heard what happened to the sister? You heard what happened to that brother? Right, I heard that brother did this. There's always hearsay, huh? There's a lot of people, you know, Jake is a people that love drama. We love drama, huh? We don't want to watch, you know, educational documentaries. We want to watch the Bad Girls Club, Hip Hop Wives, what's that other stuff? Yeah, all of that stuff, huh? Yeah, what is that? Yeah, you want to watch damn Blueface and his woman get into it, huh? You get off with that, huh? You like drama and confusion, huh? That's just what our people like, huh? They like slander, they like the Wendy Williams show, the T, Breakfast Club, right? You want to see what's going on at the Breakfast Club, who said this, and the red table talk, and they make that for our people. You don't have more like red table talk. You don't have the Arabs. When the Arabs have the red table talk, they don't sit around and they don't do that, huh? That's what we do. Right? Read that, please ask us real quick, chapter 19 and verse.
Sirach 19 and 15, amongst a friend, for many times it is a slander.
For many times what?
For many times it is a slander.
And what?
And believe not every tale.
Well, anything for one's sake is God.
And believe not every tale.
Right. Believe not every tale. Sometimes stuff is slander. The burden is on you to investigate the validity of this accusation. It's on you. You got to do your due diligence to figure out what a brother told you. Is it true or not? Whether it comes from myself, and Yadar, anybody, right, of your fellow nation or not, it's up to you. The burden is now on you to say, you know what? I heard this. Let me figure out if this matter is true. And not to easily just accept it as if it's a matter of righteousness. That's why it says, believe not every tale. Sometimes stuff is slander. You never know the intents of a brother's heart, huh? Right? You never know what a brother can be looking to overthrow a brother, looking to take his position, looking to get his woman, looking to get his money. You never know the many trains in a man's mind. So you can't, the Lord said, curse be the man that trusteth in man and making flesh his arm. That's not just talking about trusting in a brother because a breakdown. That's trusting in accusations, judgments, and counsels. Every brother that is in this truth, you're obligated to inquire on a matter as a king and as a priest to see if accusations hold weight or not. We're going to show you how to go about that decently and in order. Brother.
Come on.
Let's go to the mighty book of Sirach, chapter 37 and verse number 10.
Sirach chapter 37 and verse number 10. Consult not with one that suspected thee, and hide thy counsel from such as envy thee.
So you got a lot of brothers that envy you in the truth, right? They want what you got. They hate on your wife, your family, right? You're in order, right? You're diligent, you're on fire. And anything they can find against you, they're going to lay wait to try to overthrow you, man. Because every brother in the truth isn't sincere. Just because you got fringes on, man. Or you come to camp. Right, read?
Neither consult with a woman touching her of whom she is jealous.
Right, why would you consult with a woman, right, in matters of what you're going through, you're pouring out your heart. You're telling your deep, dark secrets and things that you're going through, the spirits you battle, right, the things that you've been through. And that woman is going to lay all of that up because she's actually jealous and throw that right back in your face. or whisper, murmur, backbite, talebearer. All these are wicked things that you're telling the wrong person. They will lay those things to heart. And the last thing you want to do is tell somebody something. They hold it to the right opportunity, the right time when they have a demon on them, and then they proclaim all these secrets. Proclaim all of the things that bother you. And they tell it in the midst of the whole congregation. Read.
Neither with a coward in matters of war, nor with a merchant concerning exchange, nor with a buyer of selling, nor with an envious man of thankfulness, nor with an unmerciful man touching kindness.
Right, and the Lord is saying, know who you're getting counsel from. Know who you're talking to. Know who you're directing your thoughts to, and who you're expressing these things to. Because the wrong brother can overthrow your whole life, bro. You telling a brother something, I'm dealing with something with my household, my marriage. Next thing you know, you go home and tell his wife. Right, now she murmured to the next sister. She murmured to the next sister, and next thing you know, his house is in a worse condition than it was before. Right there, something called telephone man. You tell the brother, I'm hungry. Then the brother said, you know, Ryan said he's thirsty. Then you tell the next brother, hey, Ryan, he eat 3 days. Then it just keep getting twisted and twisted to a form into a damn doctrine of what the brother never said in the beginning. It starts to get more manipulated the more miles it goes through and the more ears it goes through. Read.
Nor with an unmerciful man touching kindness, nor with the slothful for any work, nor with an hireling for a year of finishing work, nor with an idle servant of much business, hearken not unto these in any matter of counsel.
I got one more. Let's go to History of Susanna, verse number 48. Now, what happens when you raise up a false report? People could die from that, huh? Let a brother say what I think this brother right here, or, you know, he has something of a pedophile, sodomite, slanderous, wicked accusation laid against that brother, and people start to murmur and believe. Next thing you know, you're alienated, you're crying, you're hated by men, man is looking down at you, man wants to fight you. All of this on things you can't prove. Right, bring that out, Ken.
History of Susanna, verse number 48.
And one quick point too, it's a lot of times in the world where police, they plant, you know, different drugs and things in Jake's car. Or they say he did something he didn't do. He was resisting arrest. And they take their word in court over the man that's accused of these things with no witnesses. Bring that up.
So he standing in the midst of them said, are ye such fools, ye son of Israel, that without examination or knowledge of the truth, ye have condemned a daughter of Israel?
And that's what men do, without any examination. They hear something one time, see it on a video, right, hear it through a text message, they already believe it, and it's law and it's truth within their minds. So a real king and a prince, they're going to examine every situation, not according to what they deem fit, but according to the laws of God, by the witnesses, and then they're going to make their judgment.
That's extremely important, right? The scriptures tell you to examine first, then rebuke. And you know, Israel does the complete opposite. They rebuke first, then they got to backtrack because they said all this slanderous stuff. And now they're looking crazy because they should have followed the scriptures. Where I got two precepts. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 19, the verse number 16. Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 16.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 16. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people.
So you can't go up and down, like the brother Ryan was saying, like a talebearer, man. Right, ringing bells, guess what I heard? Right? Oh, you know who did what? You know who did this? Man, that's Gossip Girls. Right, that was that with the WB? Right, you just CW. Right, you just Israelite Gossip Girls, man. Nothing comes profitable from being a talebearer. Things get misconstrued, right? Somebody can hear the wrong word, and now, like the brother said, a doctor get created, now brother's name is slandered. Now brother can't come around the congregation because something got spread that was false. So you can't run up and down as a talebearer, man. That's the worst thing in the world. Somebody who just can't hold, they can't hold water. Right? You take a sip of water, now you run into the bathroom because you got to take a piss. Right? That's the same thing with somebody who gossips. Right? They hear. First thing they want to do is, oh, let me tell you this. I know you don't know this brother, but man, I know this brother. He got 4 kids. He got 8 kids on the side that his women don't know about. He working at a job where he's stealing from. You ever see the new car? He got the new Benz, the drop top Benz. You just tell him all that business, man. You can't go up and down as a talebearer. That's the worst thing in Israel. That's top 3 worst things in Israel. A talebearer, right? There's more of it.
It reads, neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor, I am the Lord.
So you can't stand against the blood of your neighbor. Now what does that mean? Say this brother right here got accused of something that he could be put to death for, and I will speak up against it. You standing against the blood of your neighbor. You being the opposite of what a talebearer is. You're not standing up for righteousness then. You let anything be said and causing somebody to be put to death when you know that's not true. Right, let's go to James chapter 3 and verse 5. Right, this matter is extremely important, man. Because this is life or death right here. These aren't small cases that people can just bat a eye at. Right, this stuff you're going to have to give a testament to, a talking to on the day of judgment. Right? You don't think the Lord sees you backbiting, talking about a brother in another camp over something you heard? I heard so-and-so did this, and that with this man's wife. You have no witnesses, you have no understanding of what's going on. That's why James was saying this.
James chapter 3 and verse number 5.
Sloppy, real quick, we learned a new word today in the class. What was it? Fickle. Fickle. Can we get the definition of fickle, Bobby Shaw? Because this is the word for the week for Israel, man. We said that in class earlier. The brother said we are fickle people. We're very fickle.
All right, this is a fickle. It's like a fickle from dictionary. It's like from dictionary.com,
Right.
meaning likely to change, especially due to caprice, ill resolution, or instability, casually changeable,
So
not consistent or loyal in affection.
So us being fickle people, man, you know, it's like when your woman's mad at you, right? She be your best friend, and the next thing I know is she can't stand you, man. She cutting her eyes, you everywhere you work. That's how Israel is, man. Israel, they did something. Oh, I heard this happened and that. I can't stand it. I'll never watch them again.
Right.
They're awful. They're awful. You don't even know if it's true or not. It's the same thing when you hear slander. It's the same thing when you hear gossip. You get that preconceived notion of somebody and you don't even know them. Right? You be hating somebody. You can't stand this person because of he said and she said. Right? Let's get James chapter 3 and 5.
Now, James chapter 3, verse number 5. Even so, the tongue is a little member and boasts of great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth.
Right? So how great a little fire can kindle it. That's the tongue. Right? A small word can kindle an uproar. People damn commit suicide over things that they heard. Right? People damn kill people over things that they heard. Right? Say somebody a child predator, right, out of nowhere, somebody gets shot. Right? A gunshot in the night. Right? These things aren't small. Right? The tongue is a small member, but it causes so much damage and hellfire. There's no way to extinguish it, man. Like the wildfires in California. That small ember that came out of nowhere. Right?
And the tongue is a fire, a world of
iniquity. Right? Your tongue can get you jammed up. Right? Sin life in one of many words. You know, loosely paraphrasing. The more you say, the more liable you to go off, to say something wicked, to lie, right? To be deceitful, to formulate something that's not true.
So is the tongue among our members that it devours the whole body and sets on fire the course of nature, and it is set on fire of hell.
Right, so it's not going to hell in the underworld. Let's talk about destruction. Let's talk about it being brought down into nothing, into naught. Man, that it defiles the body so much that everything just looks out of order. Everything looks out of order, man. That's why the nation don't respect Israel, man, as it is, man. Israel doesn't get any respect because we talk so much trash about each other. Like you said, the T. Yeah, what's the fat dude who be talking about the rappers? With the hat. Academics, man. That's why they don't respect us, because of people like that. And they formulate that we all act like that.
I appreciate it. That's like, This the book of Numbers, right, real fast, just let me back off what the brother was bringing out. Right, Numbers chapter 13 and verse number 30. And Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said, let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it. But the men that went up with him said, we be not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we. And they brought up an evil report of the land, which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, the land through which we have gone to search it is a land that eateth up its inhabitants thereof, and all the people that we saw in it are men of great stature, man. Wrestle through Moses, man. Wrestle from Caleb, right? We were commanded, man, to go and take and possess the land, man. Right? How much more for brothers that are striving every day in and day out, right, to get the kingdom, man. Right? That one evil report, right, following that one multitude, right, following certain spirits. Hey, these things can even deter you from receiving the kingdom, man. Right? Following a multitude, right, to bring up an evil report against Amos, right, Uriah, right, Icon, Tawam, right, or many brothers in the body, and being a false witness, man. Right? Like brother said, hey, then they commit suicide, man. Right? And now that's blood that's upon your own heads, man. Right? By sticking your nose and putting your hand to the plow and matters of evil and wickedness and things that don't concern you, man. Right? Right, so I'm gonna read that again. It said, and they brought up an evil report of the land, right, which they had searched up unto the children of Israel. Man. Right? Don't be a man, right, that follows an evil report, man. Right? You go in right through your fear, your bashfulness, man, right, to overthrow the whole entire body, man. Right, how you got?
An example of that was with that actor, Chadwick Boseman, Chadwick Boseman. God, it's a lot. Yeah, when he got sick, remember he got real skinny out of nowhere, and everybody was talking about it, right? What did they do? Whoever gave up the ghost, man. Well, he was sick, but he got worse and worse and worse, man. Imagine you being an actor and you see these people talk crazy about you because of your appearance. It's the same thing that happens here.
That's right, man. That's right. Let's go. We quoted it, but let's read Ecclesiastes 11 and verse number 9. Let's start at 7.
Sirach, chapter 11 and verse number 7.
So the first thing you hear a report, brother say something. Now you play hard, can you have any proof? Are there any witnesses? Were you there? Everything's not, yeah, King, that's crazy. Everything's not, yeah, King, that's crazy. Some stuff more. The beautiful part about Caleb is Caleb still the people. He calmed the hell and they calmed the people down. And they kind of quenched that fire. Right? Same thing Daddy did when he ran against Suzanne. That's what you're supposed to do. That's your trial. That's your trial at that moment. Temptation doesn't always come by women, or it doesn't come by, your job and money. Temptation can come in any matter. When you have 30 against 1, and you got to be the 1, you're being tempted. Are you going to be the 31st brother, or are you still going to be the 1? So that's temptation that can arise in any matter. Temptation can arise in judgment. Right? So bring it up.
Blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first, and then rebuke.
Understand first, and then rebuke. It's called making inquisition. You're supposed to make inquisition. Go to real quick Deuteronomy chapter 13 and read verse number 16.
Deuteronomy chapter 13 and verse number 6. And verse number 6. If thy brother, the son of thy mother, or thy son, or thy daughter, or the wife of thy bosom, or thy friend, which is as thine own soul, entice thee secretly, saying, let us go and serve other gods, which thou hast not known, thou nor thy fathers, namely of the gods of the people which are round about you, nigh unto thee, or far off from thee, from the one end of the earth, even to the other end of the earth, thou shalt not consent unto unto him,
Or just take it.
thou shalt not consent unto him.
Everything you don't consent to, huh? Everything's not an agreeable matter. When there are sins that arise, you just can't consent to. Now jump down to verse number 12.
Come, verse 12. If thou shalt hear, if thou shalt hear say,
Hold on. If thou shalt hear, you didn't see it, you wasn't there, but you heard this. If thou shalt hear, go on.
say, in one of thy cities, which the Lord thy God hath given thee to dwell there, saying, certain men, the children of Belial, are gone out from among you, and have withdrawn the inhabitants of their city, saying, let us go and search for the gods which ye have not
You
known.
heard that. Somebody said, you know what? Over there, they now teaching that Yahweh Shah didn't exist. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, man, that's right. I knew them brothers was, I can't wait, man. Let's drink to their destruction. That's swift. Oh, brother, hold on, brother. You take out a bottle of liquor down, dude. Right? And you start pouring up shots for everybody, man. Just waiting. Some people are just waiting to hear something negative about a brother. Because you secretly hold on to something that brother. And you just wait until any opportunity in lust and violence and hatred allows you to expedite the matter. Right? But if you hear this, what do you say? What are you supposed to do? Let's go back to Deuteronomy, the 13th chapter, and let's read verse number 14. What do you do if you hear heavy and weighty matters or any matter?
Then shalt thou inquire.
The Lord say,
Then shalt thou inquire.
Then shalt thou inquire. This is the precept for Ecclesiastes 11 and 7. This is how you gain understanding, by inquiring. Then shalt thou inquire
And make search, and ask diligently,
I took 3 minutes and I searched around, but I couldn't figure it out, so he's guilty.
and ask diligently.
Hey, investigations take time, huh? When there is an investigation on murder, or they got a year sometimes, man. There's a thing called a cold case, man. Open up a cold case. They may not have figured it out, within that reasonable time, but it's still on file. The matter's still up for discussion. And you got detectives, they open up that file cabinet in the basement, they pull it out, and they go back and they investigate the matter. So you have matters, and there's no statute of limitations in the scriptures. With the so-called white man, there's a statute of limitations. Okay, it's been 2 days, you can't charge him. You can't do nothing with it. That's not the scriptures. There's no statute of limitations. If there's a matter, you investigate. Now you want to make haste, you don't want to slack judgment, right? You don't want to sit there and prolong the judgment, but you want to make haste and inquire. Can we put the definition of inquire? And you got to ask diligently. There's a matter that you heard, it's under investigation. You don't have to bring 50 people to the investigation. It's going to compromise the integrity of the investigation. The detectives don't take the public, they may see a public witness and ask them, but they don't allow them to lead the investigation. They're not qualified. Bring that up. Inquire about the shot.
Come. Right, this is the word. It's like inquire, right? Meaning, meaning to seek information by questioning, to make investigation.
To what?
To make
To
investigation.
seek out information. It's not going to be given to you. Brother, I told you half the story. He told you his part. She told you her part. They're not going to tell you the whole story. And you have to have a mind of a judge and a king. And you sit there and you listen to it. Right? You hear, okay, I hear what you're saying. I'll get back. Right? Okay, come, go out for that. And then you go and you investigate. She may have brought up names, she may have brought up places. You go inquire, right? And you go ask. And you figure out what happened. Read on.
Come. Right, the etymology, right? Curie, which is ask or seek, in, which is into, meaning to ask or to seek into.
You look into the matter. You look into it. Now, real quick, go back to Deuteronomy 13 and verse number 14. Read that one more time.
Come. Deuteronomy 13 and verse number 14. Then shalt thou inquire and make search and ask diligently.
No, just ask one time.
And ask diligently.
Right, ask diligently. You ask it, brother, see that brother commit murder? I gotta talk to you in the morning. I'm kind of tired. All right, well, I guess he doesn't know. No, hit that brother back up, huh? Call that brother again. Text that brother. You got time now? I'm tired. I'm tired. Hit that brother up. Figure out what's going on. There's a reason why he doesn't want to talk, huh? You gotta be a detective in this matter, huh? These are weighty matters. You gotta really investigate. Oh, my phone was off. My phone. All right, brother. Well, now you got time to talk with him. Well, brother, we gotta talk about it. You gotta press the matter sometimes. Sometimes a detective, they press you up, huh? They'll find out where you at. Man, you might be in a coffee shop. And look, they'll flag their damn badge, and we need to talk to you. You see Law and Order. These guys take off, they run it, then Ice TV around the corner. They can punch him with it. Not that you gotta punch him, brother. But they make investigation. That's the point. Right? Real quick, one more. Go to Deuteronomy 19 and 15. All right? And sometimes they'll get a warrant, huh?
Yeah.
Right? They'll get a warrant. They'll knock at your door. They really need to figure this out. You said what? Right. Divide the Samson, huh? Damn, you put him on trial. Put a brother on trial, huh? Bring that up real quick. One more. Deuteronomy 19 and 15. This is how you gain understanding before you judge and blame. Bring it up.
Deuteronomy 19 and verse 15. One witness shall not rise up against a man for any iniquity.
No, just big matters.
For any iniquity.
Any iniquity. Any sin. I saw that brother that had his fridges on. I knew it, man. Wicked, man. That's a wicked thing right there, man. Let's kill him. Oh, brother. Hold on, brother. You need witnesses. And brother, say you saw the brother that you already have his friends. That's a small matter. Let's say it's a small matter. You heard that? Do you have any witnesses? Well, the Lord is my witness. You gotta watch your brother, but always say the Lord is my witness. Right? You gotta watch those brothers. The Lord say he's my witness. Right? Yes, the Most High is a witness, but you have earthly witnesses, right? So if a brother will have another witness, do you take that matter into judgment? No. That matter cannot be held in high regard until there's a witness. Right? Read on.
Or for any sin, in any sin that he sinneth, at the mouth of two witnesses.
At the mouth of two witnesses.
Or at the mouth of three witnesses.
Or at the mouth of three witnesses.
Shall the matter be established.
Shall the what?
Shall the matter be established.
This is how you inquire. You make inquisition, you look for witnesses, you ask diligently, and it may take time. You don't just hear a matter and accept it. You'll be a fool. How you gonna rule over 10 cities and 5 cities if you can't even make matters of judgment? Now, real quick, jump down to verse number. Let's read on. Just read on.
Verse 16. If a false witness rise up against any man to testify against him, that which is wrong.
Now, this is what you do. Let's say you say the brother didn't have fridges on. You ask that brother, okay, what would you want done to that brother? Well, I think the brother should be removed from the body. Well, I think the brother should be suspended. And you say, okay, come. Right, okay, King, come. You have to know what that brother, what the judgment is. Because he's bringing up a charge that a judgment can be placed. So you have to know what he wants for that brother. There are certain things that are mentioned in the scriptures, and there are certain judgments that's not mentioned. Right? Read on.
Then both the men between whom the controversy is shall stand before the Lord, before the priests, and the judges, which shall be in those days.
So you bring that brother to trial. You bring him to what we call a council. Right? Abiathar and Uriah, let's say they come before Amos, and he says, I saw he didn't have no fringes on. Amos is the judge in the matter. He's asking questions. Who's going to get caught up in the lie? Right? Who has witnesses? Who doesn't have witnesses? When did it happen? And he's going through inquisition. Right? And he's standing before the judge. Read on. And it's really before the Lord. That's why I said before the Lord, before the priest, which shall be in those days. Read on.
And the judges shall make diligent inquisition.
Read that again.
Diligent inquisition.
It's important, extremely important to make diligent inquisition. Read on.
And behold, if the witness be a false witness and have testified falsely against his brother,
find out that see the brother's a false witness. What happens?
Then shall he do unto him as he had thought to have done unto his brother. So shalt thou put the evil away from among you.
So if you said this brother committed adultery, I want him killed. That brother gets put to death.
If you saw this, said his brother was laying down with, with your mother and his daughter, and the judgment is to be burnt by fire, you get burnt by fire. If you say, I saw this brother, he had no friends on, you be removed from the camp, and then it's found that you're the false witness, you're removed from the camp. That's how you handle the matters of judgment. Because when you bring up a charge, there's a judgment that must be placed. Every judgment isn't mentioned in the Bible. That's why you have judgments of beating people with stripes. You have 39 stripes, it be 25 stripes. Every matter isn't documented. So the brother brings a matter up, there's a judgment that must take place. So when you make inquisition, and he's found to be a false witness, then that judgment now falls on that brother's head. And a lot of people died in the ancient world, huh? Because they were false witnesses, and the judgment was essentially turned on their own head. Look what happened to the two wicked judges. Then they thought, I'll tell you that in Susanna, they did it to those, can we get that real quick, one more slide? What they did it to the elders, what they wanted to do to Susanna, was that 50, 54? This is Susanna, real quick, get one more real quick.
God. It's like the history of Susanna, chapter 1 and verse 54, 53. For thou hast pronounced false judgment and hast condemned the innocent, the guilty go free, albeit the Lord saith, the innocent and righteous shall thou not slay.
Then you knew the law. You gotta know the law. Not you eating pork with crab and lobster. Right, go on.
Now, if thou hast seen her, tell her to retreat, so as thou them companying together, who answered under a mastic tree.
Right, you might say, when did Antioch didn't have fringes on? Right? It was that cat last Friday. Right? You might write, it was cat last Friday. Go on.
And then you say,
And you might pull up the footage.
very well, thou hast lied against thy own head.
Right?
For even now, the angel of God.
I want to get straight to the point. You can jump down to where they slew him. What they thought to do it to him as they did it to Susanna.
Come slide. Right, verse 61. And they arose against the two elders, for Daniel had convicted them of false witness by their own mouth.
See, your own mouth will get you jammed up. That's that James the 3rd chapter. Read on.
That's right. And according to the law of Moses, they did unto them.
According to the law of Moses, Deuteronomy 19, they did unto them
In such sort as they maliciously intended to do to their neighbor, and they put them to death.
And they did what?
And they put them to death.
They was going to kill Susanna.
Right.
So now they end up killing the two judges. Because they wanted to kill her. Read on.
Thus the innocent blood was saved the same day.
See, you gotta save the innocent blood. That's making inquisition. That's putting things on trial. That's proving people, examining people, asking questions. When you go to court, they cross-examine you, man. Why do they cross-examine you? They come with ask questions, man. Okay, it was 3 p.m. Okay, where was you at? Okay, when you say you that, let the record show. And they'll say that, man. So if you slip up and you're not telling the truth, the lawyers are trained for that. They take classes to read your body language, right? To study what you have on, to see how you sit. And you have to have that same look. Every time you say something, you do this. Well, I really wasn't there. They call that a tail. Yeah, your tone, you damn doing tails. You always itch every time you tell a lie. You never look you in the eye. You gotta investigate these matters, man.
Come. Let's go to 2nd Esdras chapter 9 and verse 38. 2nd Esdras chapter 9 and verse 38.
2nd Esdras chapter 9 and verse number 38. And when I spake these things in my heart, I looked back with my eyes, and upon the right side I saw a woman, and behold, she mourned and wept with a loud voice. It was grieved. It's like it was much grief in heart.
Right, if a brother just carnally see a woman crying or mourning, the heart may be inclined to have sympathy for her. Read.
And her clothes were rent, and she had ashes upon her head.
Right, look like she's going through hell. Read.
Then let I my thoughts go that I was in, and turned me unto her, and said unto her, Where wherefore weepest thou?
Right, wherefore weepest thou? You may see a woman crying and sorrow. A brother, he got his head down and kicking the rock. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm a maybe. Right, he ripped his garment. He got ashes on his head. He looks in misery and sorrow. He's catching on top of hell. Read.
Why art thou so grieved in thy mind? He said unto me, Sir, let me alone, that I may bewail myself and add unto my sorrow, for I am sore vexed in my and brought very low.
Read.
And I said unto her, What aileth thee?
Right,
Tell me.
what aileth thee? Tell me. Right, so you can't immediately, when you see a brother kicking a rock, man, I'm just catching so much hell and da-da-da-da-da. You just immediately just comfort them, huh? They could have just committed a murder. They could have just did some type of vicious, wicked, heinous act, and the Lord is condemning their mind and their conscience and overthrowing them, huh? So you have to find out first. See, a lot of people, they cover, right, and they do this, they hope the wicked. You know, somebody's homeless all day, you're giving $1 to an Edomite, just because your heart is inclined to what they're going through. Right? You have to understand. Read.
She said to me, I thy servant have been barren and had no child, though I had a husband 30 years. And those 30 years, I did nothing else day and night and every hour but make my prayer to the highest. After 30 years, the Most High heard me, thine handmaid looked upon my misery, considered my trouble, and gave me a son. And I was very glad of him. So was my husband also, and all my neighbors, and we gave great honor unto the Almighty.
Right, jump to 2 Ezra 10 and 3.
Second Ezra 10 and 3. And it came to pass, when they had all left off to comfort me, to the end I might be quiet, then I rose up by night and fled and came hither into this field.
Right, what precept is that you lose your son, you rise up, you leave your household, your husband, all of your family, you rise and you run into the field and start crying in the morning, huh? All morning is a good morning. All crying is a good crying. All misery is a good misery, right? You lost your grandmother 10 years ago. You still sliding to camp with your head down, huh? And wanting brothers to say it. Everything all right, Op. Say anything you need, Op. Hey, Op, you gotta get over that. Keep pushing in the spirit, right? You got a damn demon on you. Right, read?
Come, as thou seest, and I do now propose not to return into the city, but to stay, and neither to eat nor drink.
Right, she's afflicting herself, and she said, look, I just want to die. I don't want to eat. I don't want to drink. I don't want to do anything. Read.
But continually to mourn and to fast until I die.
Is that a righteous spirit? Are we supposed to joy in the Lord? Are we supposed to have feast days, celebrations? Are we supposed to enjoy our husbands and our wives and our children? Are we supposed to have joy, right, in the Most High, the beloved Son Yahushua? So to neglect all of that through pain and misery and put that as a God over the things that the Most High set, this is what Ezra said after examining the situation.
Then lift up the meditations wherein I was, and spake to her in anger, saying, Thou foolish woman!
But she's crying.
Thou foolish woman!
And she's weeping.
Thou foolish
It
woman!
don't matter if somebody weeping or crying all the time, huh? See, a judge has to make hard judgments sometimes. People, children are involved, maybe a death involved, maybe playing on somebody's damn heartstrings, and you might have to say something that needs to be said. And that thing is hard to bring forth, but it is what it is. So he left the meditations of what he was thinking, and he started getting on this woman. Right? Read.
Thou foolish woman above all other, seest thou not our mourning and what happened unto us? How that Zion, our mother, is full of all heaviness and much humble, mourning very sore.
Right, and there be a lot of marriage counsel sometimes for men, women, and women and men. You say, well, my wife, she tried to stab me. She did this, she did that. And you ain't told the story that 20 minutes ago how you had her pinned down on the ground, choking her half to death. Right. And she was trying to get you off of her or whatever she could grab, but she gave up the ghost. Right, so you got to add in everything that a lot of brothers will be taking out. Real fast, go to Daniel chapter 6 and verse 4. Daniel chapter 6, verse number 4.
The book of Daniel, chapter 6 and verse number 4. the presidents and princes sought to find occasion against
Right,
Daniel.
that's a wicked, false accusation that people conjure up and counsels to try to overthrow you, man. All counsels isn't just by the heathen. You have counsels by your own people, man. To overthrow positions. Right, look at Absalom, man. Right, he wanted David's preeminence and his glory. So they'll call false counsels and things to try to overthrow you. Read.
Find occasion against Daniel concerning the kingdom, but they could find none occasion nor fault, for as much as he was faithful, neither was there any error or fault found in him.
Right, like the Lord. Right, read.
Then said these men, we shall not find any occasion against this Daniel, except we find it against him concerning the law of his God. Then these presidents and princes assembled together to the king and said thus unto him, King Darius, live forever. All the presidents of the kingdom and governors and the princes, the counselors and the captains have consulted together to establish a royal statute.
Right, this is a big matter right here. They're trying to overthrow Daniel so great and so mighty that they gathered up all of the kingdom, the princes, the counselors, the governors, all to come before King Darius that he may stamp off because they can't reverse, right, the decree of the Persians and the Medes. They try to overthrow Daniel, right? Read.
And to make a firm decree that whosoever shall ask a petition of any god or man for 30 days, save of thee, O king, he shall be cast into the den of lions.
Now, we're not going to read this whole thing, but jump down to verse number 25.
Verse 25. Then King Darius wrote unto all people, nations, and languages that dwell in all the earth, peace be multiplied unto you. I make a decree that in every dominion men tremble and fear before him, for he is the living God and stand fast forever.
Right, so his mind is all over the place. Right now he's saying this, but he got seduced by those judges, those princes, those governors. He should have made diligent inquiry before he could pass the decree in the first place.
Come, let's go to Sirach, chapter 20 and verse number 24. Right, Sirach 20 and 24. You know, just looking back on it, man, when people start to get jammed up and then they start to get questioned, right, like counsels and things of that nature, once you get caught up once in a lie, what's the next thing to do? You lie again to cover that lie. And you keep lying and lying and lying and you can sit upon yourself, man. Right? Those are foul blocks to live. Right, let's bring that up here.
Sirach, chapter 20 and verse 24. A lie is a foul blood in a man, yet it is continually in the mouth of the untaught.
Right? So the mouth of the untaught is those who don't understand the law, the precepts, the scriptures, the things that are edifying unto ourselves. Right? So that lie is just going to keep heaping up and heaping up and heaping up until that person gets destroyed. And like we read earlier, you know, that same judgment will be placed upon them. Right? Let's go to chapter 19 and start at verse 26.
Sirach, chapter 19 and verse 26. There is a wicked man that hangeth down his head sadly.
Right, so this is going back to what we read in 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter. Right, the woman was in the field and she was all mourning and crying. There's a man who hangs his head down sadly. Right, he always is sad, walking up, woe is me, shalom, all praises to the Most High. Right, but what?
But inwardly he is full of deceit.
But inwardly he's full of deceit. Right, he's not sad. He's looking for a way to extort you, to get something out of you. Oh, good Lord, how you doing? I had a rough week. My cash app is so and so. He go to the next man. Shalom, you know, I don't have any gas money. I saw you had 2 cars. You mind if I use your car? Right, those are what they do. They hang their head sadly. And it's inward deceit, man. They trying to get over on you. Right, you gotta mark that brother who's always sad. who always had stuff going on. Yeah, you know, it's a tough, it's tough, but I'm enduring. Right, you gotta mark those brothers, right? Keep going, kid.
Casting down his countenance and making as if he heard not, where he is not known, he will do thee a mischief before thou be aware.
So they'll go to and fro, doing the same thing to everybody they come in contact with. Right? They call scammers. Right? And deceit workers, man. Say it again? Con artists, man. Right? Back in the day, they used to have these, the Edomites would wear top hats, had broken arms, and they'd go door to door. Right? You got these people who sit at subway stations with the sunglasses and give you stickers, talking about I'm deaf and blind, keep you healthy. And then you walk away like, man, he can see. You're like, no, I can't. Right? You caught up, man. So he hanging his head down and he goes to and fro trying to find more ways he can do it. Right? He'll go to Nakon first, and Nakon like, yeah, I can't help you, brother. He'll go to Orion, like, yeah, I hear you, man, I'll pray for you. Then he get that one person, they call them suckers. Right? They call them suckers. And that brother reach right in his pocket and take out his wallet, man. Right? Keep going, kid.
And if for want of power he be hindered from sinning, yet when he find opportunity, he will do evil.
Right? Even if he doesn't get that perfect opportunity, he's going to continue trying and trying and trying until it arises, man. These are wicked men.
Yeah, quick point. A lot of times a brother, he'll have a lie against you, but he has to wait till your wife is present. So that's the opportunity. Or your son is present. Or his 30 brothers. Or he pull up at your job. Right? He may not be able to do it, but it's just y'all two talking because it's not going to be as impactful. He's looking to overthrow you, and he's looking to call your job. He's looking to do it in front of the congregation, or your wife and your children.
God, yeah, he do it in front of people because he's waiting for that power, man. And people get off on that, right? They get off on seeing people get cast down in the midst of the congregation. They can't sleep at night till it happens, man. Where's this a couple of things?
A man may be known by his look.
A what?
A man may be known by his look.
So a man is going to be known by his look. Just you can judge a book by its cover, right? That's what you do with movies. They got movie posters. You look at that movie poster like, you know what, I may want to see that movie, right? But then when you start watching the trailer and stuff, you're like, well, you know what, there may not be a movie I want to watch. You can judge somebody by the way that they look. There's nothing wrong with that. Right? That's righteous judgment. Right. If a man walks up to you and he got a mask on, his hand in his pocket, away from him. Right? So a man is known by his looks.
And one that has understanding by his countenance when thou meetest him.
Right? You're going to know a king when he's in your presence. You're going to know a prophet. You're going to know a harlot when a harlot's in front of you. Always dropping something, trying to bend over. Always looking at you with the eyes. You're going to know a thief because he got his eyes wandering left and right looking at stuff. Right? And a what?
A man's attire and excessive laughter and gait shoot what he is.
But you're going to know a jester and a clown when he woke up. That's the same way you got to examine that man who's always hanging his head down with you. You know, sad, he's always sad, always depressed, always want to sit in the corner and not interact with brothers on feast days. You got to watch people like that, man. And you got to get them people the hell away from them.
That's right. Let's go back to Exodus, the 23rd chapter. Right, so this is practical knowledge. This is stuff that we apply and must apply. This is what destroys communities, right? That's why you have murders and killings and he say, she say, and Jake don't investigate, right? When the last time you broke your auntie and your mother and your uncle said, we gotta investigate, we gotta see if this is true. Your auntie on the phone ain't saying that, man. For real? And then what happened? Right? You just love us, huh? We comfort each other in forgiveness. Huh? Right, bring it out, 23 and verse number 2.
Exodus 23 and 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in any cause to decline after many to wrest judgment.
Right, this is at 30 verses 1. Right, you got 30 people, they all know that this guy is, they're bearing false witness. They want to kill this guy. You know that it's not true. But now you're following them to do evil. Maybe they got the bag. They gave you the bag, man. Give me Sirach 20 and 29. A lot of brothers do it for money, bro. You know? You see these guys in these interrogation rooms, man, they give them Popeyes, Big Mac, right? They give them a damn large fry and a Sprite, and now they know everything. And it's all full of lies, right? They're off a hokey, man, in the deep dish. Bring it up, King.
Sirach, chapter 20 and verse 29.
You can't follow the multitude to do evil, huh? Bring it up.
Presents and gifts blind the eyes of the wise, and stop up his mouth that he cannot reprove.
That's why a brother can't take gifts, man. Watch out for the brother always trying to compliment you, flatter you. Oh man, you're the mightiest brother, man, of all the earth, man. Where's your crown? Is that your crown? I am a crown, man. I can't wait to see your crown, man. You gotta be, man. I can't wait to see you with your crown. You glowing today, bro. You on fire, man. Right? You just, brother, just flatter you all day, man. Yeah, butter you up, huh? Right? Everything look good, smell good, beard look good, you damn new garments, all of this, brother just flatter you up, huh? And he do it every Thursday. Every Thursday, for some reason, I get what to tell you, I love you. Love you, brother, man. You've always been a good brother. And a lot of people, they don't know this brother's trying to blind you, huh? He's trying to, they say, put the wool over your eyes, huh? He's trying to get all into your mind. So now, next thing you know, when he asks for something, you're inclined to do it, right? Or if he does something off, you're less inclined to reprove him, because you really like those compliments, man. They make you feel good. Now you don't get on that brother like you should get on that brother. So judgment, you can't be all bought, huh? And you take bribes, man. Yeah, here's $100, man. I know I'm supposed to be suspended. Right? Here's $100. Hey, look, I'll take that. All right, I'll take that. You crazy, God. You crazy. You crazy. Get on my mind, God. Right? Genesis. That's wicked, man. Take the bag, tell the brother, give him the line, give him the Genesis, man. Just salute the brother at the camp, mind read it. You got the bag in your pocket, man. You done sold out. Go back to Exodus 23 real quick. And verse 3. No taking the bag, huh? Right. Getting bribes and letting the brother flat. This ain't nothing wrong with complimenting the brother, but you gotta really watch your brother. Right? You gotta watch your brother. He always got something good to say. Right? We're all wicked, man. Brother gonna do something off. Bring it up, King.
Neither shalt thou countenance a poor man.
Read verse 2 again. I want to touch on the latter part of that.
Come on, Exodus 23 and 2. Thou shalt not follow in multitude to do evil.
Right?
Neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to rest judgment.
Right, so once the judgment is set, you can't try to twist the judgment because you really like this brother. Right? That's off, man. Right? And you have certain matters that happen, man. The judgment is set, the books are open, right? You know what, man? Alright, he really didn't mean to say that. Yeah, he said he wants your woman, and he liked the way she looked, but that's not what he meant. What he really meant was, he was talking about wisdom, right? And the wisdom that dwells with you, and he really wanted that precept. Remember that text he sent you? So he's trying to twist the judgment. The brother said he liked your woman, man. It is what it is. I kind of see what you're saying. A lot of brothers. I see what you're saying. It ain't all. Huh? That's a good point. It's not a good. Touche. Right? That's all, huh? Let the brother say touche. Read the next verse in 23 and 3. Then I want to get that in the NLT. Exodus 23 and 3. That's another thing.
Come.
Neither. This is what Amos put it to.
Come. Neither shalt thou countenance a poor man in his cause.
Let's break that down. What does it mean you can't countenance a poor man in his cause? Let's pull it up. We're going to read another translation. Right? So if a brother's poor and a brother committed murder, he's a poor murderer. Right? That's what it's saying. You can't have respected persons to a brother based off his financial status. Right? So we're going to read that in another translation.
Come. Right? From the Bible Hub app. Right? Exodus chapter in the NLT, and your testimony in favor of a person just because that person is poor.
Read that again.
And do not slant your testimony.
Don't slant your testimony. If this brother is a poor adulterer, don't. Brother, he was just coming to your house and he just so happened to, and you come up with this big story, man. Damn, grab 1,000 excuses. He really didn't mean that, and you got to get to know the brother, and the brother, he committed adultery, but you think about it, right? It ain't nothing to think about, man. Just because the brother's poor doesn't mean a damn thing. Or the brother's rich, it doesn't mean anything. Or the brother's rank, or the brother's status. Status doesn't mean anything. You have to have an arbitrary, objective mind when it comes to judgment. You gotta be a stone face.
If you do not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity.
Now let's read that in NLT. Right, so you see a brother make an oath, right, and he doesn't complete his oath or he violates it, and you don't say nothing, that's on you. Right, that's on you. Or if you see a brother eat something unclean or violate the commandment, and you saw it and you don't say nothing, and you're a witness to it, that's on you. Right, if this brother committed adultery, God forbid, right, if the brother committed adultery, and Kadash saw him, and we got to get Kadash to testify. He said, I don't want to testify. I don't want to get involved in that. You got to get involved. You got to get involved. It ain't no I plead the fifth. I don't want to testify. Look, we have an council December 1st. You got to be there. We start at 9 a.m. I can't make it. I don't want to talk about it. It ain't none of my business. Well, brother, you saw it. Yeah, I saw it, but I don't want to get involved. You got to get involved. Let's read on. I'll read that, King.
Leviticus 5 and 1.
We're going to read 1 and 2 in the NLT.
In the NLT, if you are called to testify about
what?
If you are called to testify about something you have seen or that you know about, it is sinful to refuse to testify, and you will be punished for your sin.
That's heavy. Read on.
Verse 2. When you realize a domestic animal, an animal that secures along the ground.
Right, meaning if you touch something unclean and you know about it, you have to confess and admit it. Things that are done in secret, you have to bring into light. That's what the Most High said. Rather, it's something that you've done individually as a sin and you defiled yourself. False. That's lawful. If you did something that you compromised the brother's livelihood or there's a testimony, you gotta confess that, huh? If you don't, that's not okay. Right? You see how you get down. Right?
Sirach 26 and verse 5. There be three things that my heart forth I was so afraid. The slander of a city.
Right, the slander of a city. Don't let a city is nothing but slander in that city. You're going to have violence, destruction, hatred, envy. Right, a slander of a city is going to overthrow a whole entire city. Right? Like, let's slander in the household. Against your sister, against your brother, against your wife, against your husband. Read.
Verse 5. It reads, the slander that gathered together of an unruly multitude.
What do you think an unruly multitude is gathering together to do, bro? Eat, get drunk, get high, right? False counsel, wicked communication. Let you gather together with all of your old friends right now, bro. What the hell you been up to, man? This is what I've been up to. And they're going to boast in all that evil, all of their wickedness, bro. Nothing righteous is going to come about you gathering together with an unruly multitude. Read.
And a false accusation.
The Lord say,
a false accusation.
A false accusation. Read on.
All of these are worse than death.
That's worse than death, bro. And that's not dramatic. That's not Sirach being dramatic. I'd rather die an honorable man like Judas Maccabeus, right, than to have my name stained as a damn sodomite, as a pedophile, as an adulterer, as a murderer. I'd rather live my life honorable and die like our King Yahushua, right? In death than to live unhonorable
wicked, and slandered by man.
Come. Precept real fast. Come. In verse 23, when a rich man said, every man holdeth his tongue, what he saith, they extol it to the clouds. But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. Right, so just to let me back off what brother said, right? You can't show that respect of persons, right, to a person, right, just because they're poor, right? And you also can't show that respect of persons, right, just because a man is rich, right? You can't say, oh, well, this brother, right, well, you know, hey, he do that 10 million, I know, he committed adultery, he took this man's wife, right, he stole this man's car, right, but, hey, he rich now, right, but the poor man, right, you bring up a false accusation, right, a false witness, right, it's pleading his cause, right, you say, condemn him, kill him, slay him, lock him up, and all kinds of matters, right, so you gotta have that just balance, right, when it comes to be a judge, right, and having no respect for persons.
Real quick, go to Matthew 18 and 15, right, classic, right, and it takes a strong mind to have judgment, because people are going to buy you through their emotions, through their cries, through anger. Brother might be real angry, you might think the brother's right. Just because the brother's real angry don't make him right, No, I know he did it. No, this brother must be right. Brother, calm down, brother, we doing the investigation. We got down. So you can't let emotions overthrow you, cries, like the brother went into severe anger, to make you think the brother's really right, The Lord said, he that is first in his cause, seemeth, but his neighbor cometh to search and come out, Right, so bring that up. Matthew 18 and 15.
We're going to say Matthew chapter 18 and verse number 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. If he shall hear, thou hast gained thy brother.
Now, if you hear, then you gain your brother, right? So you don't go, the brother steal from you, and you make a video about it, a diss track.
Right.
There are diss tracks in Israel, man.
Right.
It was a few weeks ago, man. There was a brother made a diss track, man. I think it was 4 minutes with an intro. Yeah, skits on and all types of stuff, You can't make a diss track about your brother. You have to talk to that brother. If a brother, let's say the brother stole from you, let's say he stole $100 from you, you have to go for that brother and say, look, you stole from him. You can say, I ain't stealing from you. Give me real quick, give me Jeremiah 32 and 11, quick precept. Right? And you say, look, it's on for camera. I saw you, right? This brother saw you. We all saw you take the money. Yeah, all right, it's a lot, right? And you the money, You gained your brother. Forgive me, I went off, I really needed that, my bills, I'm down bad. It's a lot, forgive me, right? You say, you know what? I do forgive you. Now keep that, hold on to that. If you need something, just ask me next time. Don't steal it. Whatever, however you decide to go about it, right? Bring that up.
Come.
Jeremiah 32.
Jeremiah chapter 32 and verse number 11. So I took the evidence.
I took the what?
I took the evidence.
And there's evidence that has to be brought forth, right? So I took the evidence
of the purchase, both that which was sealed according to the law and custom, and that which was open.
So you have to have evidence too. Esau didn't come up with evidence, We have evidence and matters of judgment that have to be brought to light. So go back to that Matthew 18. So if a brother might fall against you, you got the evidence. If he hears you, you gain your brother. Right? Go on. In Matthew 18.
Matthew 18 and 16. But if he will not hear
Let's
thee,
say, you know what, man, the hell with that. That's my money, I need that more than you. I gotta eat. Right? I gotta eat. Read on.
then take with thee 1 or 2 more, that in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses every word may be established.
You may say, look, I saw you. I didn't want to have to do this, but Amos saw you too. Right? Yeramiah, he saw you too. We all saw you, King. Then we bring those brothers up. Yeah, I saw you. He did it right there. And I do it. And this brother, he saw you do it right there. We all 3 saw you. Read on.
And if he shall neglect to hear
He
them,
said, you know what, man? All three of y'all are liars, man. Y'all just doing that because y'all been in this truth longer than me. Right? Y'all spirits are stronger than mine. That's why you're looking to overthrow me. But brother, that has nothing to do with anything, man. We all saw you steal $100. Right? Let's see, you don't want to hear 2 or 3 witnesses.
and if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church.
Do what?
Tell it unto the church.
And the church doesn't mean your wife and that other sister right there.
Like, part of the campus, tell it to the church.
Brother, no, brother.
I thought the scripture said.
That's not what it's talking about. Telling it to the church is telling it before the leadership and the eldership of the church. There's something called the presbytery. You didn't tell it before all of the proselytes, huh? Day one, that's the church. What do y'all think? Think about what? They don't know what's going on. So you bring it before the church, the congregation, the matter. Read on.
But if he neglects to hear the church,
He said, and the church condemned him. He said, oh, you did steal $100, bro. It's the third time. It's the third time, the fifth time, the seventh time you done stole. Right? Read on.
let him be unto thee as an heathen man and a publican.
A heathen man is an Edomite, a Moabite, an Ammonite. The Lord said, this brother that refuses to take the counsel and doesn't want to deal with the judgment, and he's found to be a liar in the mouth of the congregation, that brother's treated as a heathen man and a publican. That's how you handle matters. And you can't expedite the matter. You have to go to that brother one-on-one. Then you have to get 2 or 3 witnesses, and then you bring it before the church. You don't make it do it live. I'm going live. Right? I'm going live. You want to go live? Right? It's 4 in the morning. You crying going live. About how this brother stole $100 from you. Everything has to be done decently and in all judgments, man. So if we're all judges, we should all know how to follow the processes that the Most High has set up to keep things in order. God?
Come on, let's go to Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 6. Right, and that's a good point. We're all judges. We can all examine the matter, but through experience, you're able to determine, ins and outs of judgment. Because, first time in judgment, you may think with your heart, right? You may feel sorry, you may wrestle with the judgment, not put the exact judgment, but in due season, right, if the Most High allows, you'll be able to place proper judgment on certain situations. And that's why you have to pray and fast about certain situations. Because sometimes you have a counsel, you have a matter that you can't come up with an answer. You got to sit back, you got to think. You talk about it day and night to figure out what you're going to do. That's where prayer and fasting come in, man. A man that counsel is considerate of all things. He's going to examine all matters and try to get to the bottom of it and appease all parties. Right, let's bring that up here.
Proverbs chapter 11 and
Right?
the righteousness of the upright shall deliver them, but transgressors shall be taken in their own naughtiness.
So this goes back to Matthew chapter 18. On the latter part of those verses, right? After you go to the church, right? So once you bring it to the church, it is found that you're not liable to get the judgment put on your behalf, and you still acting out and still wilding out, that naughtiness that you had is just over. Right? Because eventually you gotta humble down. Eventually, your spirit will say, yeah, you're looking foolish right now. Something ain't right. But the righteousness of the upright is gonna deliver them. So if you're just in judgment, if you're just in a situation, your uprightness in the Lord is gonna fight for you, right? Keep going, King.
When the wicked man dieth, his expectation shall perish, and the hope of unjust men perishes.
Right.
The righteous is delivered out of trouble, and the wicked cometh in his stead.
One more.
And hypocrite with his mouth destroys his neighbor.
So a hypocrite with his mouth destroys his neighbor. What's a hypocrite? Somebody who says something and tells you not to do something but does the exact opposite. They do what they tell you not to do. They're the scribes and Pharisees, right? It's not just the prophets out here, right? You don't got Hosea, Amos, then Joel, Jonah just walking on the earth. You got the wicked scribes and Pharisees as well, doing the exact same thing that they was doing in the ancient world, destroying people with their own mouth, man. But what?
But through knowledge shall the just be delivered.
right? Through the knowledge and understanding, by gaining understanding through the scriptures, that's when deliverance comes forth. That's when the righteous man can stand with great boldness. That's when those who have clean hands can show forth their hands that they're clean. Because not everybody in judgment situations can show forth that their hands are clean. It's like when you go to work, and the boss is like, let me see your hands to see who's really been working. Right? The man who got his hands like, damn, what's the Jetson's wife? Bro, what's his wife's name?
Bailey? George Jefferson?
I can't remember.
James.
Jay. Right, got small cartoon hands like Jay, don't do no work. Right, now we know whose hands are clean, who hasn't been doing the work. Jay and his wife, right. But you see, they got the Flintstone hands. They've been laboring, they've been putting in work. Everybody's hands aren't clean in judgment situations. And the Lord is the ultimate judge, and he's going to make things come to light. Where you can hide from them. Right, Naquan don't have 20/20 vision all the time. I may not have 20/20 vision. Sometimes your eyes get blurry, you get stuff in them, right? The Lord can make you go blind, right? But the Lord isn't blind. He sees everything from the beginning to the end. The great, the small, there's nothing that can be hid from the sight of the Lord.
Go to 1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 32. 1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 32.
1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 32. Then said Saul, bring ye, then said Samuel, bring ye hither to me Agag, the king of the Amalekites. And Agag came unto him delicately, and Agag said, surely the bitterness of death is past.
That's what a brother wants you to do to slight judgment. Sure, everything is passed over. Sure, the judgment is over and gone with. Surely my suspension was long enough. Surely I got 2 counsels, I don't deserve a third one. Somebody always wants you to slack your judgment and give them the pass. Read that again.
Come. This says Samuel, bring ye hither to me Agag, the king of the Amalekites. And Agag came unto him delicately. And Agag said, surely the bitterness of death is past. And Samuel said, as thy sword hath made women childless, so shall thy mother be childless among women. And Samuel hewed Agag in pieces before the Lord in the gold.
Right, so Samuel didn't care about it. Right? Samuel cast them, chopped them in pieces before the Lord, right? So no matter what's going on, right, it doesn't matter if they feel like, well, the judgment is passed over, I need a green card where I'm a king, right? Surely all of the slaying and the Edomites and different things is passed over, right? It doesn't matter, right? Saul was supposed to slay all of the Amalekites, but he didn't, right? Samuel didn't care because he cared about what the Lord said, right? I want one more. Go to 1 Kings chapter 21 and verse 7. 1 Kings chapter 21 and verse number 7.
The book of 1 Kings chapter 21 and verse number 7. And
Start at 6.
verse 6. And he said unto her, because I spake unto Naboth the Jezreelite, and said unto him, give me thy vineyard for money, or else, if it please thee, I will give thee another vineyard for it. And he answered, I will not give thee my
I
vineyard.
trying to press him out for his inheritance in his vineyard and things that belong unto him. Right, read.
And Jezebel his wife said unto him, do thou now, Israel?
This is a wicked counselor. This is somebody telling you something you don't need. Just because you have the power to do something don't mean you need to do it. She's trying to force him and push him to put his hand against righteousness to do wickedness. Right, read.
Arise and eat bread, and let that heart be merry. I will give thee the vineyard of Naboth the Jezreelite. So she wrote letters in Ahaz's name, and sealed them with his seal, and sent the letters unto the elders and to the nobles that were in the city, dwelling with Naboth.
She forged his handwritings and all of the things and writing his name. Read on.
And she wrote in the letter saying, proclaim a fast and set Naboth on high among the people.
It's the point.
And the 2 men, sons of Belial, before him, to bear false witness against him.
Read it again. To bear
To bear witness against him.
To bear witness against him.
saying, thou didst blaspheme the Most High and the King, and then carry him out and stone him.
Well,
That-
let's bear witness and saying I blaspheme God. How is that blaspheming the Most High? Not giving them the video inheritance, man. That has nothing to do with anything. But now she's setting up men of Belial, right, to bless and say that he blasphemed God and the King. So her counselors are wicked. Her mentality is wicked. This whole account, right, is off. He should have stand up as a man, right? His woman is standing up instead. All his counselors come up. She's telling him what to do. She's forging. But that brother has done no harm, no wickedness, no right. He doesn't sell something very well. So why should he have to sell something? Right? If something was passed down to my fathers while I was given an inheritance, I'm not yours as it is, just so we have another vineyard as a king for more land, more preeminence, and for following. Right? Read verse 10 again, King.
Come. And set men, set the love before it to bear witness against him, saying, thou didst blaspheme God and the King, and then carry him out and stone him that he may die. And the men of the city, even the elders and the nobles who were the inhabitants in his city, did as Jezebel had sent unto them, and as which he had sent unto them.
Right, verse 13.
Come. And there came in 2 men, children of Belial, and said before him, and the men of Belial witnessed against him.
What did they do?
Witness against him.
They witnessing against him.
Witness against him, even against the bar, in the presence of the people, saying the bar did blaspheme the Most High, the King. Then they carried him forth.
Well, how did he blaspheme the Most High?
Right.
What witness do they have, or witnesses do they have about this account? They're taking this woman's word, right, just because she's high up in preeminence, right, the wife of the king, taking that and running with it, and now they're forming false judgment to slay an innocent man. All for what, man? Just by believing somebody. Just because you're the king, that don't mean that you're right all the time, man. Or you're the king, or you can't go wrong.
They carried him forth out of the city and stoned him with stones that he died.
And that's spiritual because, you know, how did she die? Right, when you going to, right? She had a horrible death. Right, and it's so. Real quick, go to 59. You gotta remove yourself from a council, man. It's okay to say, look, man, this is off, man. I don't think we should be talking about. I don't think this is a righteous conversation right here. Don't have a conformity complex, man, where you just conform to the masses, man. It's okay to put your foot down. This is not righteous. This brother is present right now. Let's not talk about this brother. You don't have any evidence right now. Let's not do that. A lot of people, you want to find yourself not having as many friends as you thought you had, man. You want to find yourself being more alone, man. You know? Now bring that up.
St. Matthew, chapter 26, and verse 59. Now the chief priests and elders and all the council false witnesses against Yahushua to put him to death.
Witnesses, man. All right? Who could be the best false witness? I think I can be the best false witness. Look how I said it. What's up, man? Look at it. False witnesses. You know?
But thou none. It said, I am able to destroy the temple of God and to build it in 3 days.
Go to John real quick, 2:19. Right? Was Yahushua saying he would destroy the temple? He wasn't saying that, man. That's false witness. Bring it out, John.
St. John, chapter 2, and verse number 19. It said unto them, destroy this temple, I will raise it up.
Read.
Then said Jews, 46 years.
This was public. 46 years was what?
Come. 40 in building, and what thou read up in 3 days. but he spake of the temple of his
He
body.
was talking about his body. Somebody being put to death and rising again after the resurrection. Now go back to Matthew 26 and read 62.
St. Matthew 26 and verse 62. The high priest arose and said unto him, answerest thou not with these witnesses against thee?
And if somebody, now we know Yahushua was different. There was a prophecy that had to be fulfilled. Like a lamb going to the slaughter. He said, you know what, I was talking about this, or I really, the temple is my body, let me show you this precept and this. He could have did all of it. But the Lord had him as a lamb to the slaughter. So he was meant not to speak up against the false witnesses. That doesn't mean that's you. If a brother brings false against you, you gotta say something, huh? Let a brother just trample you all under, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna talk to you, verse. No, you're not, brother. These brothers said I am, right? Ain't I? No, brother. Right? You got brothers that just they just get beat down, huh? They have no backbone. They don't stand up for themselves and do much, what does scripture say, do much bashfulness. You overthrow yourself, huh? You got to stand up for yourself in this thing, huh? If there are charges against you that are not true, you got to be the first one to say something. You got to defend your name, your brother, the integrity of the congregation, of your wives or your children. If you don't say nothing, then God knows what happened after that. Yeah. I'm going to got me. All right? All right, here. All right, now still $1,000. Let me write that, give you that money back. There's $1,000. You can't just get damn beat down, huh? Right? Read on, Jake.
Verse 63. But Yahushua held his peace, and the high priest answered and said unto him, I adjure thee by the living God.
I do what?
I adjure thee by the living God, that thou tell the Son of God.
Now pull up the definition quickly of adjure. So in trial, the priest, the men of the Lord, they can adjure you. Right? Let's pull that up. What does it mean to adjure you? It means you have to speak. You at that moment ain't gonna plead the fifth. I don't know. I adjure you. Bring that up, okay?
All right, this is the word adjure, right, from the etymology, right? The word ad meaning to, right? Jurist, to swear by law.
To do what?
To swear by law.
So the high priest can make you swear, huh? That's what the white man does. When he brings out that Bible that he doesn't believe in,
Right.
and he makes you lift up your hand and put it on the Bible, and you gotta get this. I can't remember what they make you say, but they make you say things, huh? That's what they say, man. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God, huh? Right? That's the oath. They make you do that. Now, the high the Levites. Go back to this in Matthew 26 where you left off.
Come. St. Matthew 26 and verse 64. Yahushua said unto him.
So Yahushua had to speak. So that's why he's speaking. He wasn't saying nothing else, but if he did speak, it would have been a sin. Right? But we know the Lord was without spot and without blemish. He would have reviled to God. So he has to uphold the law. He's speaking. Right? Read on.
Yahushua said unto him, Thou hast said.
That's what you said. Go on.
Nevertheless, I say unto you, hereafter shall you see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power and coming in the clouds of heaven.
One more definition. Pull up the definition of kangaroo court. Brothers ever heard of kangaroo court? This is how they did Yahushua. Right? They put on many trials, man. Right? Annas, Caiaphas, Pilate, Herod, they put them on back-to-back trials. Bring it out, King. I just want the definition.
Come.
Just the regular definition.
Right, come. It's like, this is the kangaroo court, right, from the dictionary.com. Right? A self-appointed or mob operating.
Hold on. Read it again.
Come. A self-appointed or mob operated.
Or what?
Or mob
It's
operated.
in order. That's us here. We coming together. We yank you up. We have a trial right now. Right? We got false witnesses. We know you did this. That's kangaroo court, huh? It's not in order. There's no structure. There's no witnesses. It's a mob, like first kings, man. That's kangaroo court. Read on. A mob operated
tribunal that disregards or parodies existing principles of law or human rights.
is out of order, man. That's when the police pull you up, right? And they put stuff in your car and you're guilty, they throw you under the jail. You didn't have a right to see the judge. You couldn't make a phone call. There was no lawyer involved. They just, police took you to the state correctional facility and just threw you in prison and locked it up and nobody heard of you. That's kangaroo court. That happens to our people. How many people in prison, they just got locked up and just thrown in prison, huh? So that's what they did to Yahushua, Paul, and a lot of the prophets and apostles. They had mob councils to stone them and kill them. Read on.
God. It reads also, any crudely or irregularly operated court, especially one so controlled.
So what?
So controlled.
That's what they did to Yahushua. It was so controlled.
As to render a fair trial impossible.
See, they would make a fair trial impossible. This is kangaroo court to Yahushua, huh? It was impossible for them to get a fair trial. They had all these false witnesses, right? Laid charge against him, made him abjure, made him swear. So this is what happens, right? And that's not something that brothers shouldn't be doing, right? Mob operations is wicked, huh? We ain't gangsters, man. This ain't New Jack City, man. You see New Jack City, they was doing kangaroo court, man. They took G Money up on the roof, man. And they made a quick judgment, man. You know? So go back to this in Matthew 26.
God. St. Matthew.
And he was off, but everybody was off.
Yeah.
Right? Go back to that Matthew 26.
St. Matthew 26 and verse number 65. Then the high priest rent his clothes, saying,
Hold on, isn't it unlawful for the high priest to rent his clothes? And rent his garments? That's in the law. So this is hypocrisy. He rent his clothes, go on.
Come. Saying, he has spoken blasphemy. What further need have we of witnesses? What further need have we of witnesses? Behold, now we have heard his blasphemy.
Can a brother do that? What further need have we of witnesses? You heard it, right? You heard what the brother said. We don't need no more witnesses, man. I heard it and it is what it is. What further need have we of witnesses? Read on.
What think ye? Question mark. They answered and said, he is guilty of death.
What do you think? Kill him! He's guilty of death. No order, wickedness, madness, confusion, hatred, and just outright slander and lies. Huh? This is what you're not supposed to do. This is the most wicked counsel in the scriptures, huh? To our Lord Yahushua. Right? And I know you have people in there that was like, man, this is crazy. Because stuff start moving fast, huh? Damn, do I say something? You know, it's moving fast, all these Negroes, they're foaming at the mouth, and damn, and it just happens, huh? Somebody should have spoke up, huh? And said something, huh? But to do evil, huh? And he said he is guilty.
In his face.
Did the thing, what?
There, spit in his face.
But spit in your face, man. Wrong. Let the brother spit in your face, man. Now, in the ancient world, and you know the Israelites, even to this day, there's nothing more disrespectful that a brother can do physically to you. Only to just spit in your face. Right? Brother break brother try and just spit in your face. Go on.
Come. And buffeted him.
And it was beating
And
right?
others.
And you know Jake was strong back then, huh? And he wasn't holding. When you got that hatred and that malice, you got time to hate so much. Take well on the Lord, huh? Right? Read on.
Come. And others smote him with the palms of their hands, saying, prophesying to us, thou Christ, who is he that smote thee?
Wickedness. Right? This is wickedness, huh? So we're showing you the spirit of the Most High, Yahushua, how to have a righteous counsel and to inquire diligently. This is the exact opposite. Kangaroo court, mob like no order, and like the brother read the definition, they make it impossible to have a fair trial. Impossible to have witnesses. Brother might say, I got witnesses. No, we don't need those witnesses, man. We know what you said. That's outright evil. right? But the brother's done.
With that,